Since 1980, the number of people incarcerated in America has increased from 500,000 to over 2 million, and justice has not been blind. African Americans are incarcerated at more than 5 times the rate of whites. Only 1 out of every 17 white males can expect to go to prison in his lifetime. For African American males, the odds are 1 in 3. A myth of the criminality of black men would have you believe they are in prison for good reason. The truth is that African American men suffer multiple barriers to becoming stable, productive members of the community. These barriers include lack of education, unemployment, homelessness, addiction, and being marginalized by society. Not only could the money spent on mass incarceration, over $80 billion, be put to better use, but these glaring disparities in the application of justice have severe consequences for the nation as a whole. Mass incarceration is not sustainable, and the evidence does not support the theory that harsh punishments effectively reduce crime or recidivism rates. Here in St. Paul, Minnesota, we're interrupting the flow of these young African American men into the prison pipeline and the criminal justice system. Ujamaa Place mentors young black men to break through inequity in our unjust communities. We show our young black men ways to navigate the results of incarceration. We engage these young men in becoming stronger, more responsible, employed, prosperous men and fathers who contribute positively to their families and community. Approximately 1,500 African American men have been enrolled at Ujamaa Place since 2010. Nearly all have been involved in the criminal justice system. Most of them do not have a high school diploma. Many are homeless with little chance of employment. Almost all have lost their driver's license. Given these circumstances, could anyone expect to succeed in our society? Ujamaa Place stabilizes men's lives through education, jobs, housing, and community development, and we've served 345 men in the last 12 months, an increase of 212% over the previous year. All are offered job skills training for successful employment. 90% are employed each month, and the data shows they're keeping these jobs. 81% are retained in employment. They've increased their education level, live in safe housing, and their recidivism rate is only 2%. Compare that to the national average, 74%. A wilder return on investment analysis suggests a return of almost $6 for every dollar invested in Ujamaa Place, as well as an estimated net gain for society of approximately $3.4 million during 2015. You can help us break down systemic racism across our community in the East Metro and beyond. You can help us redefine young African American men's concept of themselves, manhood, success, and positive community values.